ورثة الأنبياء، لأن هذه الأمة لا نبي فيها بعد خاتم النبيين محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم.
بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله أما بعد. مرحبا بكم, and welcome you all. Now continuing from the last question, Shaykh Rahimahullah Ta'ala, Shaykh Al-Uthaymeen, he spoke about the general aspect of worship, meaning ibadah kawniyah, which comprises of the Muslim as well as the non-Muslim, the doer of good as well as the doer of evil. And the next question is following on from that. And so the question was, هل يثاب من اختص بالعبادة الكونية عن هذه العبادة الشرعية? Is the one who is particularized with this worship, meaning the worship that is universal, which can include the Muslim or the non-Muslim, meaning the one who is subservient to Allah in His creation, in those things that He decrees to occur in His creation, and they are subservient to that, are those who are particularized with this type of servitude. This is ibadah al-kawniyah, and not the ibadah al-shar'iyyah, and not the legislative worship, which is particular for the believers, right? Because this is what the Shaykh mentioned in the last question, that the ibadah al-shar'iyyah or ibadah al-shar'iyyah is that which is particular to the believers. They believe in Him and they follow His orders, His laws, and they stay away from His prohibitions. However, the ibadah kawniyah, the universal will, this includes the non-Muslim as well as the Muslim. So the question here, are those who are particularized with the universal will, are they rewarded for this type of worship and not the worship al-shar'iyyah, the legislative worship? Al-Jawab, so the Shaykh answered, rahimahullah ta'ala, هؤلاء لا يثابون عليها. These individuals are not rewarded for this. لأنهم خاضعون لله تعالى شاءوا أو أبوا. Because they are submissive to Allah willingly or unwillingly. Because they are submissive to Allah. Those who fall under this category of the worship or the servitude of the universal will of Allah, they are submissive willingly or unwillingly. فَالْإِنسَانِ يَمْرَض. So man becomes sick. وَيَفْقَرْ وَيَفْقِدُ مَحْبُوبَهُ. So he becomes sick, he becomes poor, he loses his loved ones, Allah causing the loved ones of people to die. من غير أن يكون مريضا لذلك. Without the individual wanting that to happen. بل هو كاره لذلك. Rather he dislikes for this to happen. ولكن هذا خضوع لله عز وجل خضوعا كونيا. However, this is a servitude or a submissiveness that is universal. Right? So the Shaykh is saying here that the one who submits in this manner, the one who is, those who are خاضعون, those who are submissive in this manner, whether they want to or they do not want to, they all fall under Allah's His universal will. They are not rewarded for this. Naam. And so this concludes that question. The next question. So the next question, ما هو أول واجب على الخلق? What is the first of the obligations upon the creation? The first obligations upon man. الجواب أول واجب على الخلق هو أول ما يدعى الخلق إليه. قد بينه النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم لمعاذ بن جبل حين بعثه إلى اليمن. فقال إنك تأتي قوما أهل الكتاب فليكن أول ما تدعوهم إليه شهادة أن لا إله إلا الله وأن محمدا رسول الله. So the question is, what is the first thing that the servants or the people are, the first of the obligations upon them? And so the Shaykh, he said that the first of the obligations upon the creation or mankind is that which they are called to or they are invited to. And that the Prophet ﷺ, he clarified to his companion Mu'adh ibn Jabal when he sent him to Yemen. He said that إِنَّكَ تَأْتِي قَوْمًا أَهْلَ الْكِتَابِ, indeed you are going to a people from the people of the book. So let the first thing that you invite them to be the shahada, the testimony of faith that none has the right to be worshipped except Allah, and that Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. So the Shaykh, he continues by saying, فَهَذَا أَوَّلُ وَاجِبٍ عَلَى الْعِبَادِ. So this is the first of the obligations upon the servant, and يُوَحِّدُ اللَّهِ, and that is that they worship Allah alone. وَأَنْ يَشْهَدُوا بِرَسُولِهِ بِالرِّسَالَةِ, and that they bear witness to his messenger with messengership, meaning that he came as a messenger from Allah. وَبِتَوْحِيدِ اللَّهِ, and also with the monotheism of Allah and singling out Allah alone with worship. وَالشَّهَادَةِ بِرَسُولِهِ صلى الله عليه وسلم بِالرِّسَالَةِ يتحقق الإخلاص والمتابعة واللذان هما شرطا قبول كل عبادة. And so the first thing is that the first thing that is an obligation upon the servants is that they single out Allah in all worship, and that they bear witness that Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. They bear witness to the risala, that the messenger was sent as a true messenger from Allah, and in singling out Allah alone. And with this, or with these two, the individual actualizes ikhlas, sincerity to Allah, meaning in worship, that worship is only for Allah alone, and mutaba'ah, and following the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And these two things are the two conditions for any action to be accepted, or any worship to be accepted. فهذا هو أول واجب فهذا هو أول ما يجب على العباد أن يوحدوا الله وأن يشهدوا برسله صلى الله عليهم الصلاة والسلام بالرسالة. فشهادة أن لا إله إلا الله تتضمن التوحيد كله. And so the first thing that is an obligation upon the servants or the people is that they single out Allah alone in worship, and they bear witness to the testimony of the messengers that Allah sent, that they were actually true messengers that were sent by Allah, and that they bear witness, and that in this shahada, that none has the right to be worshipped except Allah, comprises all of monotheism. The shahada that none has the right to be worshipped except Allah comprises all of monotheism. So we're going to conclude with this question, and the next question, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, is under the title Alaqa al-Shahadati bi-Anwa' al-Tawheed, the relation with the testimony, the Shahada, the testimony of faith, La ilaha illallah, with the different categories of Tawheed. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make this a benefit. Sallallahu wa sallam wa barak ala nabiyyina Muhammad. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.